You are entering the cosmos.
All right. Hello, cadets. Welcome to another episode of General Howitzer's Big Monster Briefing Room. I do believe this is the first time we have done a briefing room, a training film that's about demonic possession of a house, because it's kind of weird. It's at the Amityville Horror. The Amityville Horror. I think Major Millie Hazzard might pronounce it that way because she's from Yonkers. Let's bring her up.
From Yonkers, we do have a different way of speaking. It's very endearing, people tell me. It's a very beautiful thing. So I'm proud of my accent. Thank you for calling attention to it.
So what's this film? What's this training film?
I don't know that I should fall into this trap. It's a trap, but I feel like calling it the horror. I feel like calling it the horror, but I don't know that I should be saying that.
Well, it's not as bad as Tony Soprano. This movie's a whore.
Yeah.
This movie's an Amityville whore.
This is how we talk, you know.
But this is based on a book. It's based on a true story, supposedly, of people that actually lived in a house, bought a house, lived in it for a few weeks, and it was just a nightmare from day one. And so I thought I would bring on a friend of mine who was actually lived in New York and was a publisher in New York for a while. He's still a publisher. He's in Washington, D.C. now. And I thought I would bring him on as a kind of an expert to see how the book or how the movie has stacked up, as we say, to the book. But first off, I want to say that we do give a spoiler for the movie. I mean, we do a timeline, a PowerPoint timeline from beginning to end, 150 slides. I think this one was like 160 something slides from beginning to end. And also we show graphic content on the show. There's some pictures in the timelines that, are kind of bloody and gory and nasty. And this is no exception. We talk about, men killing their families in real life and in their dreams and that kind of thing. So
it's not always a good time. These are training films. We're trying to teach people how to defend themselves from big monsters.
Right. And before we go in here, I gotta say, if you move into a house and the house says to you, get out, I would do it.
Just listen to it. It's so easy.
I don't think it's a joke.
Just go along with it. Just leave.
If you walk into a room and it's full of flies 1 minute, and then you walk back in a minute later and the flies are gone, get out. Get the hell out of that house.
Exactly.
Okay? Blood coming out of the walls. Get the freaking hell out of that house. That's what I'm saying.
For some reason in these training films, we see people just not getting the hint. And I'm not sure why they're not getting the hint, but they continually go towards the disaster. And I'm telling you, if it's a disaster, just move in the opposite direction of the disaster. There are trained professionals like ourselves who are trained to deal with these big monsters. The regular lay people and civilians should not be dealing with big monsters. You need to call for help.
And again, we're dealing with Lois Lane, Margot Kidder. We're dealing with James Brolin, Josh Brolin's dad, who's married to Babs, married to Barbara Streisand. So come on, get over yourself. Get the hell out the door.
Just get out the door, particularly if it's talking to you. Because even if it's not paranormal, do you really want to live next to a neighbor who's saying that to you? It's just not. It's bad vibes. It's badness. You don't want anything to do with it.
There's a pig with red glowing eyes upstairs. Okay, there's a pig with red glowing eyes upstairs.
It's a bit much, as we say in Yonkers. It's a bit much. It's a bit much with the eyes and with the meanness and with the paranormal. We don't need it anymore. It's just too much.
So I want to say thank you for all the support from everybody. I want to promote some of the other shows that we have on the Cosmos Creative television. And I hope you'll help me with these, Major Hazzard, because there's many of them. But we have Burn It Down.
It's a full network. It is. So
yeah, we have Burn It Down with Tom Cheshire, which is a wonderful show.
Please watch the replays. Yes, that was from last night. And then tomorrow, we're going to be broadcasting a Tardon Media production, which is Orchid Times with Lily Mae and Linda Rose.
Orchid Times, very good show. Those girls are amazing.
Amazing. And they'll be interviewing Miss Nebraska. So it's pretty exciting and pretty interesting what they'll be talking about tomorrow with that. And then we have Big Howitzer comes back at 6 p.m. Eastern on Thursday as well.
Yeah, twice a week. Thursday, we are going to do something a little different. And now for something a little different. And now something completely different. Fred Bowman is going to be on the show. He's one of our best cadets.
We love
he watches the show. He has very intelligent commentary. And I reached out to Cadet Fred and I said, what movie would you like to do? And he said, well, I love Monty Python. I'd love to do Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I was like, what? Monty Python and the Holy Grail in a big monster briefing room?
It's a training film. It's a training film. I got to thinking about it.
Wait a minute. There's a three-headed giant.
Exactly.
There's a giant monster.
There's a lot of big
There's a killer rabbit that kills like 4 or 5 guys. Takes their heads right off. I mean, yeah, the film is filled with horrific, characters. There's a bridge keeper and a nasty, gnarly old bridge keeper, the Bridge of Death. So yeah, it definitely has a lot of content we can talk about in the Big Monster Briefing Room.
So to talk about.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do Monty Python and the Holy Grail right here on the Big Monster Briefing Room.
Exactly. And tomorrow night at 10:30, there's gonna Rory Penland, who's a good friend of ours. He does painting with Rory.
Those good voices. Painting, not so good. But anyway,
he's very talented. You shouldn't say that. He's very talented. Thank you.
So, all right. And Diane Marie Coll's got a new show on, doesn't she?
She has the pause button.
The pause button. That's right. It's is that every week or every other week?
Every other week. So it'll be on next week. Yeah. That's at 4:30 every Tuesday. Thank you very much. 4:30 every Tuesday. And then, of course, we always talk about Taco Tuesday, which is on SDF, Socially Distant Fest, and then Drunkles, like all day, Socially Distant Fest, and all night, 4:30.
And the Drunkles.
The Drunkles every Friday. Yeah. So there's a lot going on.
And we another every other week show is Jay Thompson's 9.5. Cloud 9.5.
Cloud 9.5, and then Jamie Bennett. Also, Jamie Bennett has like 3 shows, really.
A lot of shows.
Yeah, and then we have Jam Fest. There's a lot going on.
Belongs to the Shadows. That's my favorite one because it deals with the same kind of stuff that we talk
about.
It's
very
the paranormal
similar.
And the supernatural. Yeah.
Yes, and she also has the Jam Session Goes Underground.
She has the Jam Session as well.
Within. Yeah.
Warrior Within. I heard she's had some technical problems last week, though, but I hope she gets that all fixed out, worked out.
She gets it all fixed out. She's like a one-woman army. You don't ever worry about Jamie. She's here. Cadet Bennett's in the audience right now. Hello,
wonderful.
Cadet Bennett. She's right here.
Told you.
Yeah. And she'll be watching on Thursday, hopefully. She's a Monty Python fan. So there you go.
Monty Python. Yes,
a lot of people will be very happy
that we cover a Monty Python show on a horror on a
horror movie. Yeah, we do need to get it on the Reddit boards because Monty Python, it's all over Reddit and Twitter. They have their own like fan bases, so we need to have those people show up. Yeah.
All right.
Very popular. Very popular.
You're just conquering all social media. We'll be running live on TikTok before too long. Good God.
Very, very soon, actually. That's actually true, General. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, very soon. Awesome. We're live on Twitter. And Twitch.
Very nice, very nice. Glitter for days. All right. Well, with that said, let's bring up our guest, Mr. Lee Anderson of Washington, D.C. There he is. Like your nice red background there.
Thank you.
Nice bloody wall.
I was going to say, you guys are talking about like if the house was haunted, you would just get the hell out. But I don't necessarily think it's that easy. Like, everything we went through to buy this place, all the money and trouble and paperwork. I think if we found out there were demons living here, we would have to tough it out. I think at least for a while.
Well, and and the one thing about this movie is the guy never gets to bless the house. The flies get all over him. He gets sick. He walks out, and they keep trying to call him to get him to come back. And the ghost is messing with the phone lines. Doing crank calls. They're getting Moe's Tavern. Hey, if I ever catch you kids.
Very hard when you get started with those ghosts. Very hard.
So if they had gotten the house blessed, maybe the ghost would have left.
Get the houses blessed. Get the houses blessed.
I would say go stay at a Hojo's for a couple of nights until you can get the priest in the house.
A Hojo.
Get the priest to bless the place.
Oh, first it's the whore, and then it's the Hojos. What's going on, General? You got hoes on the
Well, that's where most people meet whores. I'll tell you, I stayed at a Hojo's in Lake City, Florida a couple of weekends ago. The horror.
Really?
I do call Dunkin' Donuts.
This is like 0.5 stars.
I do call Dunkin' Donuts Dudo, so I understand. And Jonathan, no, this is not peach tea. This is raspberry tea. And the General is drinking peach mango tea. So he's
peach mango tea, which tastes a lot better than that peach pit tea that I was drinking before.
I'm drinking Sam Adams.
Sam Adams.
I
love that. Wunderbar.
He's gonna get blitzed during the show. I love it.
Yeah, all it takes is one beer.
There you go.
Sometimes you have to get through this show. Sometimes you got to get a little blitz. I'm just gonna say.
I'm not gonna get blitzed. I promise.
Not on one beer, but not on one beer. Lightweight.
I'm not that light. Not quite that light.
The General giving you some digs. The General gets a little rowdy on his peach tea. He gets rowdy.
We're old friends. We can dig at each other a little bit.
Yeah, with the skull and crossbones on your mug, it really doesn't look like you're drinking just tea there, man.
Well, again, it goes with the show. If we're doing zombies or the occult or something, I use this mug. And if we're doing like giant monsters, like last week we did the Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. It's I use the camouflage mug.
My bad.
I'm looking for mugs all the time that I can use on the show that will fit in. This was I can't believe I found this one. This was a find, and just $5. I think it was Big Lots. Big Lots. They're like Walmart, but not so much.
You're in Orlando though, so
like
that's
mini
like
marts.
The land of the novelty mug, right?
Well, you would think. And I haven't really checked the shelves at Walmart to see if they have anything weird like that. But anyway, thanks for bringing that up.
CVS, you got to go to CVS.
CVS. Can you get mugs at CVS and Walgreens?
You can get anything. You can get anything. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you can get anything.
What's his name? The documentary guy.
Michael Moore.
Yes, Michael Moore pokes fun at the fact that the grocery. I'm sorry. Crap. My mind is just not working today. That the apothecaries, the drug stores, are like little mini grocery stores. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he walks into the apothecary in England, and he's like, "Where's the bread? What? You guys don't have any any T-shirts or anything? Come on."
Well, I was just thinking that's how you really know you've conquered your genre when you just say the documentary guy, and you knew I was talking about Michael Moore.
Boom, you were right there. See, that's why I had you on this show. You're a smart guy. You know things.
I do.
You know things.
Yeah,
and Major Hazzard knows things. She
has
well
of useful information.
I went to universities. I have a lab.
Went to universities.
I have degrees. It's all real. It's very verified. Yes.
She knows things.
Saying that. I know a lot of things. Yes.
So, and I love to hear her say horror movies.
I don't know why. It's just how we talk. So, it sounds normal. It sounds totally normal. I'll call you later.
You watching that horror movie the other night?
I need to have a little more gravelly. You got to wait for my laryngitis to catch up with me. Then
that's my best.
Oh my God, she's transparent.
Mariah.
Oh my God, what happened? She's transparent.
Lee, here's the thing. Lee hasn't seen this yet, but I'm in a laboratory, of course. We study big monsters. A lot of this is like top secret stuff. Not. I'm working on General is just trying. Okay. I'm working on cutting edge scientific advancement to protect the general public from big monsters. So
she's working in a laboratory, but it's not that laboratory.
You're gonna see some phenomena.
They don't want you to see the stuff that's in the real laboratory.
I'm just not allowed to talk about it openly, except for what you can see right now. But
okay, it's just every now and then your chest is becoming transparent, so it's
all part of the research. It's all part of research.
Almost made a little boogie come out there.
I might be able I might be able to materialize in your room, Lee. So be careful. You never know. I can materialize and dematerialize at will. You know, we're working.
He told you your chest was transparent.
A chest. I meant like her shirt. That's what a
You can see it right now. You can see
chest region.
You can see right through me. You must be super.
It's impressive.
Thank you. You see, General, he understands. It's very impressive.
I can see right through you.
I meant like the shirt or chest. That's anyway.
It's absolutely phenomenal what we're working on here. So we're the last defense. We're the last defense.
We are the last defense.
The fans are loving this, by the way.
With that said, yes, we're having fun today. With that said, we haven't even gotten to the timeline. It's been 15 minutes. I knew Lee was going to be a good guest. This is a Metro Goldwyn Mayer production. The Lion.
It's exciting already.
It's also American International, which was big at the time. That was actually right before that business went under, I think, before that company went under. Oh, yeah. Charles Schneer, who was the producer on this film, produced a lot of the Ray Harryhausen films from earlier, the Sinbad movies and that kind of thing. So what we start out with here is we get a look at the house right away, and a man is killing his family. He's got a wife and 3 kids, and he shoots them with a shotgun, and there it is. So, bloody death. And they give us a date. November 13th, 1974. That's when this happened. Amityville, Long Island.
The movie's what, 1979?
It's 1979, yes.
Only 5 years later. Okay.
So this is 5 years after the event happened. The book came out probably 76, 77. Yeah, So, and again, it was a big book. It was a big deal at the time. People read it. It was scary. And, it was like the, Mario Puzo kind of stuff. Didn't he write The Exorcist? I know he wrote The Godfather.
Mario Puzo wrote The Godfather.
But Puzo wrote something scary too at the time, didn't he? I thought it was The Exorcist. But anyway,
no, I don't think so.
All right,
I'm blanking on who wrote it, but
okay. So the police show up, and it's nasty and it's messy, and there we go. 1 year later, time to sell the house.
There's one scene that we don't have a still from it. To me, like as a kid, I saw this movie when I was 10 years old, and it just scarred me. I guess because it's supposed to be a true story, And
yeah,
I remember after the shooting happens, the camera has you in back of the hearse, and they shut the door, so we, the theater audience, are alone in back of the hearse with the coffin.
Okay,
I don't know. I just thought that was horrifying.
I understand. I get it. So the symbolism worked. Yeah, at least for the 10-year-old, it did.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So the first thing that Margot Kidder and James Brolin look at is the boathouse. That's what he's really interested in. He wants a place for his boat.
Thanos' father.
That is Josh Brolin's daughter. Yeah, Josh Brolin's daughter. Josh Brolin's dad.
Yes.
Yeah, James Brolin
played Thanos, and there's Thanos' dad right there.
Thanos' dad. There you go. Oh my God, he's done so much stuff. And James Brolin at the time did a lot, and he's married to Barbara Streisand. So
I didn't know that.
Yes,
I didn't know that.
Yes, he is
wow. Still
still married to them. So there's the boathouse from the inside.
Nice.
This is 2 years after Jaws, by the way. So I get a lot of some of the shots in this film remind me of Jaws for some reason. And again, Murray Hamilton, who plays the mayor in Jaws, was in this as the priest that's going to smack down Rod Steiger.
Oh wait, so the mayor that wouldn't close the beaches, that's the priest?
Yes.
No.
Yes. It's like the same character. He just put him in a priest smock. Put him in a priest smock, and it'll do the same stuff.
Oh wow. Okay.
So here's the bitch that sells him the house, that realtor who just doesn't tell him, oh, by the way,
well, actually,
legally, freaking haunted.
She's not obligated to. She's not legally obligated to. If they ask her about, a murder in the house, then she has to divulge it. But
it's true.
She doesn't have to volunteer the information. Although it would have been.
And again, she wants the sale.
Close the sale.
She wants the sale. So, and the house is a beautiful house. I mean, it's a nice house, and they're getting it at a good price.
Really good price.
Just a shame that they, almost died. They almost killed each other. And you got to remember also, this is about the same time The Shining came out. So you know how studios will compete with each other.
Yeah.
By throwing out the same kind of movie at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, after 77, there were so many Star Wars knockoffs.
Right.
Can't believe even James Bond went into space. Well,
when I was looking for, I checked all my streaming services to see if I could watch this again, and I couldn't find it on a streaming service. But what I did find were all these other sequels. I didn't know this movie had like 9 sequels.
I didn't know that either. I know there was a remake
with Ryan Reynolds,
but I did not see it. I hear that it's a lot scarier with scarier ghosts and characters.
No.
No. Okay, never mind.
No, it's just because it's got Ryan Reynolds, and I can't. He's a comedic actor, and I can't. I mean, Ryan Reynolds in a horror movie, it doesn't work.
There's ghosts in the house. Oh, great!
Like imagine Jim Carrey in The Exorcist. To me, that's like this. Casting.
That's funny you say that, because Jim Carrey actually did a deep fake with Nicholson's face on him doing the scenes from The Shining.
Oh, I saw that. It's almost.
You can find it. Yes, you can find it on YouTube. It's really, really. I mean, it's The Shining, so it's creepy.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's
amazing. Yeah, he is amazing, but he's still a comedic actor. I don't know.
Wait till you get a load of me. So.
I wanted to tell people that people might not know this. This book, The Amity, was, it was written by the original author, and that house is a real house that he wrote it in. And Alice Cooper, the rock star, stayed in that house after it was written and claimed that the house was haunted. He claims that you would put something down and it would move. And his roommate at the time also verified that. So the very house that the book was written in, it was not written about that house, but that house that it was written in was also haunted. So the book itself is haunted, I'm just going to say.
Yeah, he was singing church tunes up until that time, and then he started doing a new act after he stayed in the house.
That's the story. I think that's where
my Frankenstein.
He was an innocent victim of all of that. It was a victim of that.
He was a nice boy. Style. He was a nice boy. That house changed him.
He would have just been playing golf all the time,
So that's true. So 1 month later, they're moving in the house. They bought the house. They're moving in. She's got the cute little pigtails, and they're moving in. He's hanging up the cross on the wall. This cross actually becomes important later because it's a symbol when they've shown that the house is going to go wonky, as Hazzard likes to say. The cross is upside down on the wall. One scene where they go back in.
Yes.
And here we have Rod Steiger.
Looks like Bill Murray a little bit. There's a little bit of a Bill Murray resemblance.
I'm going to bless your house. Come in and bless your house here.
That's the mayor from Jaws.
No, he's not the mayor.
That's what I thought you were saying.
No, this is Rod Steiger, who likes the yellowest performances. Anyway, this is like this scene where he's in the house. He doesn't really say anything. He just lets the flies go all over him. This is like the most. He just doesn't emote as he usually does as Rod Steiger in that scene, which is surprising because that's when he's being attacked by all the demons in the house and everything. But when he's in the office and he's talking to the other two priests, that's when he cuts loose. That's when he gets pure Rod Steiger. We need to help these people.
And he goes blind.
And later he goes blind.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if that's part of the real story or not, but hey, So he goes into the house. They're out back. They're out in the backyard playing. They're expecting him. He's supposed to come in to bless the house. They're expecting him.
He lets himself in the house anyway.
He shows up late, lets himself in the house, hangs his hat up, decides, I don't need them. So naturally, the ghost is going to be pissed. Hey, come in my house without knocking, do you?
Nobody invited him. He just walked right in.
Well, they did invite him. They did.
No, but they weren't there.
But yeah, they're outside playing in the backyard. So he just lets himself in. He makes himself at home.
Right.
So that's when the latches start locking, the flies start building.
He must smell bad, huh? Look how bad this guy smells.
I don't feel good.
Yeah.
God, I feel terrible. I don't want to bless this house now.
He's not doing good. No.
I don't know how, but the house somehow induces vomit and really just people. Because he goes outside after this. He immediately vomits outside his car door.
Uh-huh.
And there's another nun that comes in later. And she's like, and she runs out and immediately whoop. She has to stop her car and vomit out the car again.
And then he calls her and they can't hear each other because like the devil makes static in the phone or something, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The demons take over the phone line.
He actually suffers worse than they do.
So it's like a party line. The people that own the house, they don't get sick. They don't vomit all over the place. But religious people, if you got a frock on, if you're wearing black and white, if you're dressed like a penguin, oh my God. Blah. You're
the kind of guy that walks into people's homes without like really being invited.
Hello, are you there? I'm not feeling too good. And then the phone burns his hand. I mean, it even goes as far as the phone burns his hand.
That's from the phone? That's like something bit him.
Yeah, well, his hand, again, he's got his hand on the phone, and then all of a sudden, he drops the phone, he goes into he's got that thing on his hand. I'll have what Rory's having. General Howitzer, thank you.
Yeah, who's Rory?
People tell me I look like him.
Yeah, you do. You do. You favor him a lot.
Howitzer's losing it. I just found that amusing that a house can make religious people vomit on command. So thank you for that. Yeah, and what set me off was Lee was laughing. I saw Lee laughing. It set me up. It set me up. It really did. It set me off.
I'll take the blame.
No, I just say you contributed to it.
Okay.
So, I mean, and it's not a bad thing. I like when we go up on the show. It's fun. Anyway, so they're concerned. Things are starting to happen. Yeah. Strange. I couldn't talk to the priest on the phone. There's something wrong with a phone line. Oh, really? Yeah.
This is like day one, right? This is like the first day they just moved.
Yeah,
in.
this is like the first day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's too dark. I can't see what the hell's going on.
I think I have that shirt.
The one I'm wearing?
No, the one he's wearing. I have like a plaid shirt like that.
Oh, he's going down to the basement, and one of the kids goes down the basement, and automatically he hits the light bulb and falls down the stairs. Something trips him. So don't go down to the basement. There's a song by Danny Elfman
from the light bulb.
Yeah, he hits the light bulb when he's going down the stairs, when he trips on the stairs, and there's some sparks there, and he falls down. And again, there's no light now because he's knocked the bulb loose, and there's sparks coming out of the bulb.
Got it.
Like they're using a grinder.
It looks like a buzz saw or something.
And here's the thing: there is a wall down in the basement, and when they go through the wall, they find a little room, and underneath the boards, the floorboards, there is the demon, the doorway to hell. So the demons don't want them to go down there.
Right.
So every time they try to go down there, something's going to happen. Pretty much.
Yeah, it's not a good idea to go to the basement.
Peach mango tea. So here we have a little gratuitous nudity from Margot Kidder. She's got her shirt open and she's doing some leg squats.
Somebody had mentioned when I told I was going to do this podcast with Amityville Horror, they had mentioned that you get to see Margot Kidder's boobs. And I'm like, I don't remember that. But I guess that tells you how scary the movie is that there was a gratuitous nude scene.
Don't even remember that. Well, you were 10 at the time, so.
I was 10 at the time, yeah. But
Ew, girls, icky.
No. But yeah, that was kind of surprising to see that in there. And there's like no reason for it to be in there, of course.
They want to establish that they love each other.
Yeah. Oh, they're in an intimate moment. They're a normal.
And there it is.
There you go.
So, and again, it was covered up enough to where I felt I could. I usually censor the nudity on the show because it's not for kids, but. And we post it that it's not for kids, but again, I try to avoid the nudity if it's full frontal nudity. But I let this one slide.
But she has a flower in her hair, so it's okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
And he looks happy.
He does.
Yeah. I was being kind of facetious. Anyway, so yeah, they're making love. They're having a good time, and the little girl comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Mommy, I want to go home. She's having nightmares. This is when she's first meeting Jody, which is a ghost that lives in her room. And I suspect that it's one of the kids that was killed, a year earlier.
Right. It's like her friend that she plays with.
Yeah, but Jody turns out to be a little mean brat later in the film. And again, up in her room, we see a pig with glowing eyes.
Yeah,
that's supposed to be Jody, I guess. So she puts her back to bed. And, a little weird, strange. She's having nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, we're just getting a hint now that there's some kind of not so good activity in the house.
Mm-hmm. And this is still day one, I think.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Mm.
Now, and I think this is the first time we see it. Yes.
Yeah, 3:15.
The clock hits 3:15. Now, 3:15 is evidently when the family was killed a year ago.
That's
so
right.
Every time that clock hits 3:15, shit's going down. Basically.
Yeah, it was very triggering. It was in the movie they would show that slowly rolling over from 3:14 to 3:15, and then you knew something was going to happen.
It's 3:15 again. Yeah. So and James Brolin usually wakes up at that time, and of course we got the rocking chair in the little girl's bedroom that rocks back and forth when the parents aren't watching. And
where's where the Poltergeist got that from?
Poltergeist was a few years later. A few years later.
Kind of chair.
Yep.
A
few years later. Most definitely. And again, Jaws, Amity, which is supposed to be a New England town, and this is Amityville, which is Long Island. Long Island. So he's up. He's looking out the window. He sees some lights, I think, out in his boathouse. Hey, who's messing my boathouse?
Yeah, this was a scary scene.
And it's a tense scene because you think you're going to see something. You think something's going to happen. He goes out and checks it. Yeah, doors are opening and closing by themselves, but, it's not something too spooky. And then he sits down and have a cigarette. It's the only time I think we see him smoke in the film. And he's sitting next to a window, and that's where we get the cat scare.
That was a really good jump scare.
Yeah, it was a jump scare. It was obviously a jump scare, and it pisses us off after it happens because we jump because of it. And there it is, day 4.
I remember in the theater, everyone screamed.
Yeah, day 4. It was a good jump scream.
Yes. Oh, it's day 4.
Well, this is day 4. That means maybe there was two or 3 days that nothing happened.
I guess that's plausible. Okay.
So, or maybe those 2 or 3 days they just cut out of the movie for time's sake from the book. That. Yeah. This is where she comes back from the grocery store. She starts dropping groceries. This is when we first start to see him chopping wood. He's got a thing about chopping wood now.
He does. Yeah.
And this is where it begins
with the wood.
He again that living room gets so damn cold. I gotta chop some wood, damn it.
He chops a lot.
He chops a lot of wood.
There you go. There he is.
So she comes out, he's just chopping away. God, angry chopping. And she calls the priest to say, hey, why didn't you come a couple of days ago? and she gets Don Stroud, who is notorious for playing villains in movies, actually. The last time I saw him actually was in the James Bond movie about 11 years later, License to Kill. He was one of the guys in that.
He was a bad guy.
Yeah.
Look, you can see the wood stacking up there behind her. It's kind of foreshadowing of that.
Yeah, it's tumbling over.
There's the wood.
It's tumbling over. And he's like, oh, the father's not feeling so well. He came out there, you guys weren't there, and he started to bless the house, but he's not feeling well. He's like, oh, well, that's bad. And the phone, for some reason, works this time.
Yeah. It's
now, and you would think, and there's the father. He's not feeling well.
I'm telling you, he's suffering more than anybody.
Yeah. I'm suffering from this goddamn house I went into. So here comes the nun, who is actually like an aunt of hers. I mean, I think I'm laughing because you can actually see on her face the sickness as it hits the minute she enters the house. And they're all like, oh, we don't want her to come in the house. The kids are like, oh, she pinches our face. We hate that aunt. So the fact that she spins on her heels and goes, well, it was nice seeing you.
Oh, God.
I swear it's just PhD.
That's fine.
So and here's the boys. They don't want to see the aunt. And they're much more amused with the fact that there's black shit coming out of the toilet.
How do they know that's not oil? And like they're not billionaires now.
There you go. Texas tea. And I gotta say, this sink is massively dirty. It doesn't have black shit coming out of it, but it's massively dirty.
Yeah, anyway, I don't think that's anybody's fault but theirs.
Yeah. So yeah, put some lava soap in those toilets, damn it.
Please.
That's
oil. That's oil.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if I lived there and that came out of my toilet, I'd want to check it out and see if it's oil.
Shooting at some crude.
Yeah. Rich.
Up to the toilet come a bubbling fluid. Move to Beverly Hills is where you ought to be.
We're rich.
There's no demons in the house if you move to Beverly.
Oh my God.
If I get to this, it's a miracle. There she is. Oh, hi, how are you? Well, it's good to
That's
see
her
you.
aunt in the movie? That's her aunt?
Yeah, her aunt.
I don't remember that.
Is a nun, yeah. I think it's her aunt, yeah. And the husband doesn't like her, and the kids don't like her. And then, whoa. She goes under that chandelier. It starts moving by itself, and she, whoa. Woo! This house is possessed. I gotta go. He comes downstairs. Where's your aunt? I don't know. She just left. She said she was sick.
Lois Lane should have stuck with Superman.
This next slide's gonna kill me. I know it. She had to stop the car.
Okay.
So here we are on the fifth night. Fourth day, the auntie pukes. Fifth day.
Dutch colonial homes are all over Long Island, actually. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so if you get any home up there, it's going to look like the Amityville Horror.
It's true, yeah. They're called Dutch colonial. They're everywhere.
So he's stoking the fire. She's trying to stoke the fire.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of lost. He's kind of not really there. And now she smokes a cigarette.
Virginia Slim. She's got her Virginia Slim there.
I think this is the only time we see her smoking a cigarette. Of course, it's he's like, hey, this never happens. she's like, oh, it happens. Don't worry, honey. He's like, no, I'm James Brolin, damn it. This never happens. So they go to bed. She looks satisfied.
She looks good. Well, not there, but the previous one.
So she wakes up. She's had a horrible nightmare that he's killed her, I guess. Again, she has one later on where he kills the family, and she wakes up and it's all a big fake out. It's another one of those fake scares.
Yeah, this was from a dream. She woke up screaming like he shot them in the head or something.
Yeah, that's right. She says he shot him in the head. She's actually seeing the previous murders, is what it is, in a dream.
Right.
Or so we assume.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guessing this is 3:15.
Yeah, it is.
We get that nice bloody red slide of the house outside.
Very effective.
6th day, Saturday. The father's feeling well enough to go out to the house to try to bless it.
I don't think so.
Yeah, he looks good.
I don't think so.
God, I feel like I'm going to throw up again. We're getting close to that house.
Throws up the hood of the car.
And yeah, the car's, he says something's pulling on the wheel, and they almost hit a bunch of cars, and then the roof, the hood even comes up on the windshield.
Who's this guy?
This is her brother. He's getting married.
Oh, okay.
And they're going to the wedding, and the brother has $1,500 that he's got to give to the caterer. And what's so funny is you can even see it there in the right slide. You can see the money hanging out of the inside coat pocket. He says, I'll put it here in my coat pocket. And he does. And then for some reason, he never goes back to the coat pocket. He goes, where's my money? I've lost my money. And
never checks the pocket
yelling
again?
at the screen. It's in your coat pocket. Again, if you watch this, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's like, don't look out of the sofa. It's in it's the coat. It's in the coat pocket.
And this is the babysitter, right? The poor baby. Like, she's got the whole contraption outside of her.
This is the babysitter. Yeah.
That makes her seem especially vulnerable, I guess.
Yes, I guess.
Yeah.
Are you staring at my hardware?
She kind of looks like that actress, like one time at band camp.
I don't know. So she goes, I can't even remember why she went in the closet. I have no idea why she went in the closet. All I know is the door slammed, locks.
She can't get out.
Well, it doesn't lock because there's no lock on the door.
Oh.
But she can't open it. It's jammed shut, and she can't open it, and she freaks out. I mean, she totally freaks out. She must be claustrophobic or something. And the little girl won't help her because she says Jody won't let her.
Right.
And she's banging on the door so bad that her knuckles are bleeding.
Yeah, she really.
So she's actually banging with the back of her hand.
She panics. She really panics.
Like this, I guess. I mean, usually I'll bang with the soft, fleshy part of the bottom of my hand. Hey, get out of here!
Or your
get
head.
out of here! I'm gonna strangle you, kid. But she's doing it like this, which is one reason why the door went open, I guess. So at the wedding, the nun has dressed for the occasion. And Brolin is looking rough at this point.
Yeah.
He really is.
He's
And
the
Academy is giving him a hard time. This is a character actor. He's got one of those Harvey Fierstein voices. Back at that time in the 70s, he did like a zillion things. Hey, I want cash. I told the guy cash. Well, I'm gonna write you a check. And of course, the check bounces. And again, the cash is never found, I guess. So they get home. And they're like, is the toilet black? And the little girl is still in the closet, and they pull her out. And
why didn't they bring the little girl to the wedding? Why couldn't she come to the wedding?
She was babysitting. Well, I don't know. You're talking about the daughter. I'm not sure. Probably because they needed a scene where somebody gets locked in a closet.
That's what I think, yeah.
Maybe the daughter didn't want to go. Jody won't let me go to the
wedding. Yeah.
Because they took the boys. The boys are all.
I don't understand. Like, why couldn't she go? I mean, they're old enough to go. Like, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to.
I guess not. I guess it's part of the story. So
true story.
Yeah, and Brolin is very upset, and he yells at all the kids. And that's something that's never happened before, and the kids are scared now. 8th day, it's a Monday. And here we go. These people need our help. Gotta listen to me. This is John Larch, character actor. He plays like the Monsignor, I guess. Plays like a higher up in the. And there he is, Murray Hamilton.
There he is.
You scream shark, that's the end of our season. You scream demons, and these people are going to move out of the neighborhood.
We got a panic on our hands on the 4th of July.
He smacks him down. If you can smack Rod Steiger down, that's something. The favorite thing that I saw this guy in was the Twilight Zone. He played he played Death. Was what it was. And Edwin was trying to sell him something, to keep him away from a little girl's room so that she wouldn't die. And so he did a great job in that. He was Death. Murray Hamilton is Death. Anyway, I don't know if anyone will remember that or not, but there it is. So he smacks him down and says, "No, you're not going to mess with these people. You're not going to go back to that house. You leave it alone."
Sounds like a great idea.
It's their problem, not ours. It's not the church's problem. He's like, they're our parishioners. They need our help. There he goes.
There you go.
Who the hell do you think you are? I'm Rod Steiger.
This is where he goes blind. Oh, see, he's blind.
No.
No?
Not in this one. Not in this scene.
Okay.
Oh shit! I was going to say something funny, and now I can't remember what it was. Oh, did you see him in Mars Attacks? He plays the general. That was one of the last roles that he did.
Wow. Okay.
He plays the general in that, and he's fantastic. He's just is hysterically funny and meaning to be. He's just so serious. Okay, so now here we're going to have the actor that you're talking about that was in Slaughterhouse-Five, and his girlfriend.
This woman, yeah,
she is totally freaked out about the house. The minute she lays eyes on it, she's like, "Oh, there's something bad about the house. I don't like it. I don't like it."
Kick or something, right?
And James Brolin's chopping wood.
Yeah,
he's sharpening his axe blade.
Right.
The guy goes and talks to him and says, "Hey, can we talk about our business? We're just falling apart right now." The kids are playing a joke on the little girl. They're doing a little spider out the window thing,
Mm-hmm.
And the mother comes in, and that's when the window shuts on one of the kids' hands.
Hard.
And again, it's horrific in the fact that this is something bad that's happening to a small child.
Right.
And his bloody hand is underneath the thing there. They can't get it open. They finally get his hand out, and luckily, when they get out to the hospital, it's like, hey, that's amazing, no broken bones. He didn't get a broken bone. It's just something to scare him, to hurt him. And I guess that's Jody. Jody is protecting the little girl, I guess. I don't know. She's friends. And James Brolin is falling apart. He goes into that room, and there's the flies. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the flies are all over the place. He's like, that's peculiar. Because he wasn't there when the priest got the flies on. So, then the door blows off.
Wait. What's going on with the flies all over his fingers?
It's just he's trying to open the window there. To let the flies out. And the flies are all over his fingers, trying to stop him. And the lock won't open. And then the door blows open. It blows right off the hinges.
Right.
And then he comes down, showing his package.
Really dignified moment there, huh?
Tidy whities. That's where Josh Brolin came from. I don't know why I said that. Anyway. That's why Babs Streisand married him. So anyway, the mom is talking to the daughter, and she tells her all about Jody and how Jody is her friend and everything. He goes back to the room to see if he can clean out the flies. They're gone. And they've got a door off their house. So they call the police. Hey, somebody broke our door off.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember that.
So this is the original guy that was at the killings, the murders at the beginning of the movie. So he's suspicious now. What's happening here? We had a big death here, So they go down to the basement, and the dog is down in the basement first, and he's scratching at that wall. And they come up, and the guy notices that the door jamb from the basement is also messed up.
Right. So he's starting to suspect the dad's doing something. Like he's the one kicking.
I think so. I think he's afraid that the dad is well, and we find out a little later that the dad that killed the original family a year before looks exactly like James Brolin.
Right.
He's got the same beard, the same mustache,
hair,
the same hair, and he looks a lot like him in the face too.
Yes.
And he's definitely got that kind of I'm really messed up look that James Brolin's been experiencing these last few days.
They use James Brolin? Does he play both roles?
No. I think there's another actor that plays the other character, but they make him look a lot like James Brolin. I mean, again, same hair, same facial structure, same beard and mustache. And again, Mom talks about Jody again, and now we're getting some more particulars about Jody that are kind of creepy and scary. You know, we find out that Jody is one of the kids that died in the house a year before. And the mom is starting to go, ooh, okay, maybe there's something more to this. Okay. So next slide. Yeah. He goes into town to do a little research. He gets the blueprints to the house from the local courthouse. He goes to the I love the scene because he goes to the library and he steals the book. You know, how much would it cost him to get a library card? You know, he just shoves it down his pants.
You could just borrow it. You don't have to steal it.
Why do you have to steal that book? Seriously.
And then also
it's a book on demonic possession. So I love that about this, is that he just flat out steals it, showing that James Brolin is now in serious trouble.
Yeah. They can't talk on the phone.
So they try again to get the priest together with Margot Kidder. She's worried now. She's got questions. And again, hello. Damn it. Why don't you answer? And this out of nowhere, this guy shows up saying, "Hey, let's party. I want to welcome you to the neighborhood that brought beer." Why? Where? And she goes back to the phone and he disappears. He's gone.
Was that really what he was?
Want my beer. So, James Brolin then goes into a bar. James Brolin walks into a bar. There's a joke there somewhere. And his guy that he does business with is there. And he's seriously worried now because their business is falling apart. They just bounced a check for $1,500 that came out of nowhere. Brolin hasn't been into work for like a week and he looks like hell. Literally.
There he is, Billy Pilgrim.
So the guy's pressured him a little bit, and Brolin cold cocks him right there in the bar.
Why?
Because he's possessed.
I see.
I guess.
I see.
The demons are in him now.
Demons got him.
And this guy doesn't help because he goes, "Oh my God, you're the spitting image of that guy that murdered his whole family in your house."
Oh yeah, I remember.
Another character actor shows up in a lot of stuff. The guys, and James Brolin gives him a look like, "What are you talking about?" And the guy, "Hey, I'm sorry. Hey, didn't mean to ruffle your feathers there, pal." They should have done the red pig eyes. That would have been better. I don't know if they do that in the remake, but is Ryan Reynolds playing the James Brolin character?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I got to watch that just to see how bad it really is.
It's horrible. It's terrible. It's a terrible movie.
The horror. So he picks him up off the floor after he cold cocks him. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what got into me. Maybe a demon. I don't know." They decide to see what they can do to work things out. And it's a step in the right direction anyway. So he goes home. But shit's getting weird and wild. There's like a little girl with talking to Jody.
And the chair's rocking by itself, right?
Yes. The mother comes in, the chair stops rocking. I love that. That was a nice touch.
It is. It's the scariest scene in the whole movie. No, I did, because this is when she goes and looks out the window and sees the two red eyes,
Right. She goes, "Well, it was Jody, Mommy, but when you came in the room, she jumped out the window." The mother looks out the window, and it's not Superman.
No.
Okay.
No.
He's not taking her for a flight. Can you read my mind?
I was going to say no poems.
Nope.
No poetry for Lois this time.
She sees red pig eyes.
Yeah. And it snorts too. It grunts like a pig.
Oh, I didn't put that in there? Jeez. I thought I put that line in there. Okay. So I'm amazed I didn't put that in there. So he pulls out the book that he stole from the library. And the guy's girlfriend is there now, and she's looking through it, and she goes, "Oh my God, you're in that house! It's a demonically possessed house," which is what we all like to hear, you know.
There's a book about it,
and she's smiling about it, and she's let's go take a look. Okay, I didn't want to go in before, but I want to look at it now. Let's go see if we can find the gateway to hell. So they go back to the house together, all of them, and she seems happier this time because she knows what she's up against. I don't know. So he's like, "Okay, honey,
she's in her element."
Yeah. Slow down a little bit on your psychic element, okay, sweetie? So they go down into the basement, and sure enough, and this is the funny part, is that James Brolin is not with him at this point. He's like, sneak into the house. We'll go down to the basement. We'll take a look, and then I'll, let's not rustle my wife's feathers. So they go down to the basement, and she immediately picks up a pickaxe and starts working on the wall. Without any invite or anything. But the funny part is Brolin comes down into the basement and he's like, "Hey, you picking up my wall? Here, give me that pig. Let's get onto something here." And he starts picking at the wall. Which I thought was, a little peculiar, but
this is why I was sitting in front of a red wall, because when they bust behind these bricks, there's like a red room.
Yeah, there's red bricks on the other side. Correct.
Yeah,
exactly.
Gateway to hell.
So, and this looks very, haunted attraction, bricks and black mortar in between.
Yeah.
But there it is. So yeah, he picks a hole in the wall, and sure enough, and I saw pictures before I did the timeline of this and the red bricks on the other side, and I thought they found dead bodies. I was like, oh, they're going to find dead bodies down in there. But no, they just found a red room. Red room. And she starts quoting from the book that there is a gateway to hell somewhere there. We find the gateway to hell. And it's a well. Find the well, the gateway to hell. So, little poem there. So yeah, the wife finally comes down. She witnesses the red room with everybody, and that's peculiar. We live in a house with a secret red room.
Yeah, they're pretty distressed
about the red room.
Well, and then they got the crosses upside down, and it's black.
And then the cross upside
was shiny.
And now it's dark. Yes.
And now it's
But he pulls it off the wall and he uses it around the house. Hey, let's bless these rooms. Of course, they're not professionals at it.
No.
So they're just going, bless this room. Let's go to that room. Bless this room. Yeah.
Well, they're just at their wits' end. They're just doing whatever.
Yeah,
whatever
they can. Yeah, to save their kids and their family. Understood.
Almost things.
So, so he makes his way around the house. Oh my God, we're 57 minutes already, and the police guy's watching them. He's watching them.
Yeah, he's been camped out there, I think.
As we're okay to go a little long, aren't we?
Oh, we
no. We usually do an hour, but sometimes we can go over. So yeah, here he is going with the cross. We'll try to zoom through some of these. Okay, 17th day, Wednesday. We're getting close to the end. The father, this is where the father goes blind now.
Okay, there he is.
He looks up and he sees a cherub thing up there that's cracking. The face is cracking, and I'm guessing it's getting in his eyes. I don't know. Of course, the other guy doesn't see anything, and he's yelling out, "We go!" I'm blind. I think I busted a vessel in each eye from yelling. So, no help. Now he can't help him. Now he's blind. Whether it's part of the house of the demons, I don't know.
He wasn't much use anyway before he went blind. No.
Hey, flies drew him out of the house. So Brolin's again looking rough. He's sweating. You can see him sweating, but he's stoking the fire. She wakes up. This is when she wakes up from the dream at 3:15 in the morning. Goes to the little girl's room. Sees him killing the little girl with an axe.
But it's just a dream.
But it's a dream. It's a psych out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's the bloody girl. You must be watching on a computer because you can see it better than I can. And then he chops her head in half.
Jesus.
Yeah. So this is a pretty graphic scene. This is the most graphic scene in the movie. And that's what's going to happen if they stay in the house another 2 weeks. Basically. She's seeing the future.
They've glimpsed their future.
Yeah. So, yeah. So after that dream, when she wakes up, and we're like, oh, come on, man. Throw popcorn at the screen. Damn you. God, got me with a cat and this.
Come on, kill your family.
Damn it.
You should psych us out like that.
Let's go to the next slide. He's right in bed. Oh, jeez. It was a dream. 19th day, Friday. I can't see that.
You can't see it?
I see Margot. Oh, he trips and falls in the living room, and there's like bite marks on his ankle.
A ceramic dragon. He like falls over a ceramic dragon and
she's like, "Oh man, I need to take care of that. Get away from me, woman!"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's.
He hit her. He
hits her. So he's going off. He's going off the deep end, and he starts stoking the fire.
Right, he's got to chop wood.
He's not saying I'm sorry. She's there crying. So the detective follows the Don Stroud, the other monk, whatever you want to call him, priest, and he sees the father, and he's blind, and he asks him questions. Hey, how did the father get blind? What do you got to do with that house there? He's like, I don't have any idea what you're talking about. Leave me alone. I didn't do anything wrong. Pointless scene.
She went blind too. Holy cow.
So, yeah, she's wearing nice thick glasses here.
Wow.
She is watching a microfilm about the house. And she sees the guy that killed his family the year before, and it looks like her husband. This is when we find out that he's a spitting image. He's the splitting image.
A pedophile librarian, I guess.
There he is. And that was the librarian showing her how to use the microfilm machine. Yes. So he's sharpening up his axe. And it's the last night. We're on the last night.
Wow.
She's looking out the window. It's a rainy, stormy night. It's terrible. Where's my husband?
There he is.
He's outside. He comes home and he sees Jody upstairs, the pig with the red eyes. And it's just a picture of a pig, really. It's probably the little girl playing a gag.
I never got the whole pig thing. Why a pig? Why was there a pig?
Who knows? When pigs fly.
Right.
So he goes into the house. He's all wet and everything, and the blood starts coming out of the walls. This is a bad sign.
Right.
This means it's going to get serious. This shit's going to get serious soon.
Right.
And the director is leading us to believe that he's going to kill his family now.
He's possessed.
And there's the blood down the stairs. So he goes to his wife. His wife thinks he's going to kill her. She looks like an old hag here.
Something happened.
That's what he's seeing.
Oh my God.
So they're messing with their heads, but he's like, I would never hurt you.
And
he said, let's get the kids. Let's get the hell out of here. Okay.
Yeah. He slams the hammer
he
down.
Puts the axe in the floor.
Yeah.
He puts the axe in the floor. Because he knows that if he keeps a hold of that axe, they might take control. So he's like, let's get out of here. First time he's had some sense this whole movie. Let's get out of here. We've been here a couple weeks. Time to go.
No more chopping wood.
It's too cold in this place. Let's go. Let's go to a nice hotel. And you're right. I mean, they gave up a lot of money when they left this house. It's true. They have a huge investment in this house.
Well, that was the rumor is that they made up this whole haunted ghost story because they were trying to get out of their contract of sale because they really couldn't afford the house as cheap as it was.
Yeah, I can believe that.
That's all this is.
And then they had a best-selling book. So
that's all this is. They were just trying to get out of their contract of sale.
So if you stay in a demonic house, get the story. Write the story. Right, immediately. So yeah, they've got to get out. They've got to go down the bloody staircase. They got to go down the staircase of blood, blood dripping down the walls, and they get out of the house. They do, and they get in the van. And of course, they have the obligatory. I can't get the key started. Oh, there it is. And he goes back for the dog.
Goes back for the dog. That's right.
Yes, he goes back for their dog, the family dog. What a guy. What a guy. So he goes down into the cellar, and damn if he doesn't fall through the staircase and right into the pit of hell. Somehow he fell underneath the stairs, but ended up in the red room, which is over to the left. and in the the well of hell.
He goes into the pit of black oil, and then when he comes back
Right.
up, there's this moment where you wonder, like, is that him? Or is this some, like...
And
demonic...
the dog is, like, growling and snarling and grabbing at his arm and stuff.
I think
You
so,
the
yeah,
dog
the
is
dog
trying to
bites
hurt
him.
him. And it turns out the dog is trying to get him out.
Scary scene. Really
You came
scary.
back for me.
Yeah.
So interesting. Thank you. We try to make it interesting. So they're looking, oh, where's Dad? He went back for the dog. What an idiot. And he comes with the dog.
Yeah.
He comes back. And he's all covered in black, but they never say anything about that. Like, why are you covered in black goop shit? So, but he comes back with the dog. So that's the nice part. And so they leave.
Does that say George Lutz survive? Oh, surveyors. It looks like survivors.
Yeah, surveyors. George and Kathleen Lutz and their family never reclaimed their house or their personal belongings. Today, they live in another state. That's how the movie ends, which confirms that this was a story that they told. Made a lot of money on the book and then the movie deal. So it all worked out for the Lutzes. There's a Lutz, Florida, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, there is.
Anyway. It's surveying business kind of went out. So there's the names: Murray Hamilton, Don Stroud, John Larch, just as I said. So there it is. That's the Amityville Horror. And again, at the time, I guess it was scarier than most movies. They were going for a kind of exorcist kind of thing.
It's just the fact that it was true, that's what was so scary.
And yes, and of course they pushed that. Oh, this is based on a true story. The Lutzes told us this story. This must be true. Yeah. I'm telling you, I've seen this movie. It's absolutely true. Sorry,
I didn't know though
Couldn't help.
about Alice Cooper and all that.
That's funny.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's funny.
That could be Alice Cooper just,
He was such a nice boy before he stayed in the house.
Exactly. And then he released $1 billion babies.
I eat my things. All right. Well, Lee, thank you so much for helping us go through this.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun.
And
thank you, all the cadets. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in.
And thank you, Major Hazzard, for making it all happen. And again, we'll have to do this again soon. You'll have to pick out something else that you'd be interested in going through with me. And we'll have you back.
Okay.
A lot of fun. I haven't laughed that hard in quite a while. Since Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. I totally lost it halfway through the show.
Tell the truth, General. There was something in the peach mango tea today. Everybody, there's something in it. There was some.
I have a thing about religious authority. Okay, I laughed like that in church one day when I was young, when I was like 10 years old or 12 years old, and I don't know. There's just something about church authority that sets me up, that sets me off. And something happens, and again, this is about good Christian church going, priests and nuns vomiting outside their car. I don't know.
That's okay. So
that just set me off. And the fact that Lee was laughing just made me go even harder. I can't stop laughing now because Lee is laughing, and I know I tickled him now. So it's one of those things where it snowballs. Dominant is dominant. Oh my God, I can't sing. See, there we go. So thank you, Lee.
All right, Matt. It was fun. It was
fun,
Roy. Thank you for having me.
And tell Milana we said, hey, give her a big hug and a squeeze for us. And you guys keep an eye out for those demons, zombies, and big monsters. All right. Thank you, Major Hazzard.